Good evening, people. My name is JR. I am the FR Gooner. I'm joined here today by Lito and Nobere. We've just been watching the West Brom match, which finished Arsenal 3, West Brom 1. First question I ask is, do you guys really care about the result? Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you. Go, Nobere, let's start with yourself.
You know what, listen, after Thursday's shenanigans, I think we like to say that we don't care, but a little bit of us does care, you know. Yeah. But yeah, to be fair, I mean, today's result, 3-1, it's just papered over the cracks that are already there. I think it was just poetic justice for, you know, Willian to score that free kick. It was just perfect, wasn't it? I just thought, you know, all season we've been waiting and, you know, a meaningless game and we win. But this is Arsenal under Mikel Arteta. Win the meaningless games, but when it comes to the really important games, you're bottle jobs, and that's coming from the coach.
But do you think that's even on? Because I think before Arteta, I think we were bottle jobs. Even under Wenger, to be quite honest, we were. Do you know what I'm saying? We were kind of like, when it came to the big matches against like the top 5 teams or whatever, we would always bottle it. I don't think it's an Arteta issue with that. That's what I would personally say. I don't know how you feel.
Oh yeah, no, for me, listen, guys, we know under Wenger, the last 5 years started to get a bit shaky.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know Arteta or Aubameyang won us the FA Cup last season. So at the end of the day, we were still lifting trophies. However, for me, we've gone backwards. There's no Arsenal fan that can tell me we are better off under Emery or Wenger, as bad as it was. Like, we are a shocking team right now. So easy to play against. Bottle jobs more than any other level that I've seen before. It's just poor. It's poor. Yeah. Because Wenger and Emery have been sacked for less. This is the thing. This is the Arsenal fan. I don't know why I'm still talking about Arteta.
Yeah.
Arsene Wenger, who's given us 3 Premier League titles, 2 doubles, 1 invincible season, 7 FA Cups. The way, I'm not saying that it wasn't his time to go, but the way Arsenal fans were talking was like, yeah, we've got to move on, we've got to be ambitious. And he's been sacked for less. And this guy, Arteta, is still getting rope. I just don't understand it.
I feel in the past, we were definitely spoilt. You know, we didn't realize what we had. And now we're seeing the actual reality. I mean, Lito, how do you feel about today's match? Did your thoughts on Arteta? Let's start off with today's match. Did it matter to you?
No. Do you know what? After Thursday, I was done, innit? Like, there's left to play for. But then it's weird. I think today kind of showed me, like, reflected that it's almost like no matter what this team does to me, I'm always going to come back.
Yeah.
So no intention of watching today's game. And then as soon as the lineup came out, I was on it.
You had to check it.
As soon as it was like minutes to 7, I was like, let me find the stream or let me jump online. Like, so the thing is, I'm still going to always come back. Like, I wanted to see how they would play today, if it was going to be a thing of like, okay, pressure, so they'll be popping it and it will be 6-0. And do you get what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like, okay, I still need to be involved somehow. So I was kind of loosely watching it, and there was some very nice play. But in the grand scheme of things, it's like, well, it's what we're going, the best we can get, what is 9th, 8th if we're lucky, and other people's results. So yeah, I mean, Arsenal's still in my heart, innit? Regardless of how they made me feel this season or from Thursday night. So yeah, and I'll probably watch the highlights later just to see the game properly.
Now you're pushing it there. I don't For me, you deserve that.
I didn't even see the Willian goal, so I want to see his probably one.
Yeah.
For us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the irony.
Well, how do you feel though? How do you feel about the game?
Who's that to?
You, yeah. How do you feel about it? Yeah.
Boy, it was one of them ones where it's exactly how I felt Lito felt. I wasn't going to watch the match, to be quite honest. I think I kind of felt I'm still that after losing on Thursday. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm still disappointed, to be quite honest. And because that was the last thing for the season that we had to really play for, to be quite honest. I thought the league was done for a long time. So when it came to the league, I was looking at the league as a way of looking at who should be playing in Europa, so to speak. But now Europa's done. I don't know. It's a case of kind of the only thing I took from today is that, okay, we got the opportunity to see Arteta's where he's trying out new things. Martinelli up front, and I think those are the. I mean, I think the disappointing thing for me the other day was he was trying things out in the Europa League, which I thought it was in such a crucial game. And I think the games against West Brom, you know, these are the games to really try these things out, because the league's done for us, to be quite honest. But you know, like you said, like Arsenal's like your child, did it? Like you even if your child does something here, you're not gonna turn your back on them. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I was definitely gonna watch the match, even if I didn't watch all of the match. I was definitely gonna just sneak and just see who scored the goals, see the lineup. I had to check the lineup and those things. Definitely, man. I mean, you know, this is not as with both of you, I've been supporting Arsenal for a number of years, so you know it's hard to turn my back away from it. I mean, how did you feel about the performance today? Was it
Nah, I'm getting you. Look, guys. Until this guy is gone, yeah, the performance is another Arteta performance, isn't it? You know, flat as to deceive. I would like to ask all Arsenal fans as well, and you two now that we've got you here. What is our style of play? Arteta's been here since what, 2020 December, right? What's the style of play? Because one thing I can assure you of, though, is under Arsene Wenger, rain, sleet, or snow, we stopped winning leagues. Obviously, we moved to this, and I always say it, this godforsaken stadium, because since we've moved to this stadium, this is where things have started to slowly decline, because they said we're going to move to the Emirates, you know, we're going to be competing with the biggest clubs in Europe. I don't really feel like we're competing right now. I know who we're competing with, but it's not the biggest clubs in Europe. But one thing I would say to Arsene Wenger, Arsenal was everybody's second favourite team, even when we weren't even winning. Remember when Chelsea were winning? Yeah. They were just stronger than us. They had more money, Man United as well. But it's still, you can sit down and think, like, for example, what you're saying, like today, West Brom, yeah, I want to see a good game of football. I want to ball them off the pitch. We don't even get that anymore. So we're losing. We're now in 8th or 9th position. That's the highest we're going to finish. We don't even play good football anymore. I mean, what sort of club are we? Before, we were the club that played the nice football, but maybe didn't win. We were kind of everybody's second favorite club. There's no identity there with Arteta. All it is just picking bad decisions in terms of, I'm playing Xhaka left back, now against West Brom. Oh, maybe I should play Saka. And he looked half decent again. But this is what we're seeing here.
Yeah. I agree. I think the football, obviously under Wenger, was a lot better. In Arteta's defense, and you're going to shoot me down, I would say I've seen glimpses of good football. I like the way that he's got us pressing for. Well, this is not consistent, but in terms of us running down, pressing down for the ball, we got that from the City. I like that style of play. You know, the urgency to get the ball back. That's not consistently happening, though. To be fair, I mean, today I thought that the goals were good. You know, the play to get the goals was very good. The first goal, you know, the cross by Saka to Smith Rowe. Obviously, Pepe's goal is a quality goal. And unfortunately, Willian scored, so it looks like he stayed next season as well. All right, so let me ask a question to you guys then. Let's just get it out there. The Bear, Arteta in or out?
Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Arteta, let's just be real, yeah. Arteta should have never been employed as Arsenal manager. And that's why I have to question the only thing I'm going to question myself is the fact that I kind of allowed this sort of romance to kind of take over me. Because let's just be real. And I want everybody to be honest in their heart of hearts. what madness did we sign up for here? How is it Arsenal Football Club, the third most successful team in English football, 20 odd years in Champions League, 13 league titles, 14 FA Cups. You can put Chelsea and all of the London clubs together, they still haven't won as many league titles as us. So how is it that we have now said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to employ Pep's number 2. No managerial experience. He hasn't even managed the youth team. Nothing. We're just going to say, yeah, I think that's the guy for us. Even though Sir Alex Ferguson, who has won 13 league titles alone, how many number 2s has he had? And how many number 2s have walked in to huge clubs to say, yeah, because he's Alex Ferguson's number 2, that's my guy.
Yeah, that's real.
Yep.
That's real.
And we sat there and watching on Sky Sports, just watch them go into Arteta's house, and we're fooling ourselves with all of this nonsense because he's Pep's number 2. Who's Pep's number 2 now? I want you guys to tell me. What's his name?
No.
There we go. And look, they're in the Champions League final and they're about to win the league. So how do we know Arteta and we don't even know these guys?
Have you not seen anything from him this season to say anything's been positive? Is it? Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, let me ask that question to you.
His hair. Do you know what it is between him and Emery? Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not saying Emery is great. The sole difference is Arteta's English is very good. He's a fantastic. If I'm going for a next job, I want him to go and do the interview because he sounds good.
Yeah.
That's it.
He talks a very good.
Oh,
I give him that.
Wicked.
I always, even for his press conferences after, I always go thinking, do you know what? This guy, firstly, he seems like a winner. And I do believe he is an actual winner. He makes novice mistakes though as a manager. And some of them have been very costly. But Lito, let me ask you the same question as well. Are you Arteta in or out?
Out, man. And don't get me, like, I think like Nobere was saying, it was too big a job for him in the first place. Just for the fact that, and people might say, oh, I'm living on past glories or whatever, but Arsenal's still a massive club. Regardless of how we've been the last couple of seasons, we're still a massive club. Do you get what I'm saying? So I felt at the time when Emery went and Freddie was kind of holding it down and we were seeing, all right, who's going to come in? And to now, our club needs a man of a certain stature, like a big man, if you want to say. So someone like a Ancelotti or a Hiddink, do you know what I mean? Someone that's going to come in, that's proven, that's won stuff. That I just feel that Arteta is too young in the sense that he hasn't really paid enough dues and hasn't earned that right to get a big. Because you got to think here, he was Pep's number 2 at City. If the season when he was still there under Pep, City, say they won everything, they won the quadruple, and Pep said, "I'm out." Do you think that the owners and all the board people and whoever at City would have said, "Oh, okay, let's give the job to Arteta"?
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. No way.
Oh, he would have got that job. He would have left with Pep, or he would have went and done whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That I think they went with, he's an ex-player, so he knows the club, he knows what it's about. He should have that passion, blah, 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 blah. But I just don't think it's enough, because I was even saying to someone today, like, as a manager, like Thursday, halftime, yeah, you go into that changing room. Does Arteta strike you as a person that can really, one, while out on the players and they'll start to think, do you know what? We need to fix up. Like, the boss he's not having it, blah, 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 blah. Like, I can't see him doing that. I can't see him going in there and giving the hairdryer and then thinking, oh, do you know what? We need to roll our sleeves up, pull the socks up, get going again. Do you know what I'm saying? I just can't see it. And this is no disrespect to him. I think he will be a good manager. I think this job came too soon.
Yeah. And
the other thing that I do not like with him is he complicates things for no reason and he overcoaches. Because I was watching an interview that Charles Watts. He did like, on Friday, he did like a post-match analysis thing. And he was saying that because obviously there's no one in the stadium now, you can hear everything. He said that you can literally hear Arteta through the whole game telling the players what to do. Do this, get back, go forward. Like the players don't know. Like it's almost like you've told us the game plan, but then every 2 seconds you're telling us what to do. Like they can't get to play their game. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas the opposite manager in the other dugout, he's just there, isn't he? He's patrolling. He might have the odd instruction here and there, but he's letting his players get on with it. Arteta overhates things, and I think he's almost trying to show, I'm a good manager. I'm on it. I'm making sure they know what they're doing and blah blah blah. Sometimes you just gotta leave the team to it. Like you've given them the instructions, let them play. You get what I'm saying?
No. You made some good points. Let me put it to you guys then. So there's a guy that I used to call a PE teacher, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who literally, I thought, you know what? I think he got relegated with, was it Cardiff?
Cardiff.
Yeah. You know, I think he was manager for Molde. He hadn't really done anything in his managerial career to say, do you know what? You should be the manager of Manchester United. It's probably a couple seasons now. They're now sitting in second position, just behind City. They're in the Europa final, and they're playing some good football, to be fair. He didn't really come with a CV that you would say, you know, you're the guy. This. You know, he was a legend, and that was it, really.
Yeah, that's it, basically.
Do you not think that Arteta could have that factor though? Do you not think it could be a similar thing? I mean, they put it this way: last season, there would probably be a number of Man United fans who were saying, get rid of Solskjaer. The majority was saying, get rid of him. Exactly what we're saying. The PE teacher, he's not good enough. Right now, there's still a lot saying, there's a few saying maybe get rid of him. I agree. But there's a few saying, do you know what? He's doing a good job, to be fair. They're playing good football. They just beat up Roma the other day, you know?
Yeah. I think, I mean, with that one, there's a huge difference between Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Arteta, because Solskjaer, one, has actually managed the club. So that's one. So he's managed Cardiff. Listen, the job that Arteta is doing at Arsenal, he's already done this and learned from this with Cardiff. He's done it. Like, this is why you go and cut your teeth in these smaller clubs and learn how, okay, you know, this player is acting a bit mad. This guy is quite a big character. Maybe I should get him on my side. You need to learn these things. He's been relegated. He's gone back to Molde, his nation, and he's won the league title there, or two. Now, this is what Arteta should have gone. Go to a little Villarreal, go to somewhere out there and go and cut your teeth. The second difference is that he is a Manchester United legend. He scored the winning goal to win in the Champions League. I think he's got 6 league titles, maybe 7 league titles there. He was always a stalwart in terms of Manchester United. So if you were playing and I'm only going to Solskjaer and you're looking, where Man United, we won the European Cup 3 times. Okay, yeah, 99. Oh, that was you, boss. Yeah, that's me. So when I come in and I'm chatting to you, I know what it takes to be number one. You see them. That's like me and you were talking about trainers off air. If someone with hard back shoes is now trying to tell you, what would you do? Would you listen to him?
Yeah, no, for real.
You're going to think to yourself, no, you need that presence around you. So he's already been there. That's why it works. I mean, I'm not saying he's great, but I see what he's done with Greenwood, Martial last season, and Rashford. You want to look up to this guy because he was a striker as well. You know, he's won things. He's worked under Sir Alex Ferguson and he's won things. That's why I don't know if this Daniel Ek, takeover is going to happen. But I've said it for a long time. Arsenal need these old school legends around the club. You see, when you got man like, now, can you imagine Arteta now if Henry, Vieira and Bergkamp are at the club? Can you imagine if now Henry just comes into the change room? Are you playing Xhaka left back?
Yeah.
What can Arteta say to Henry? No, what can he say to him?
Bro, he can't.
No, yes, he can, because yes, he can. Let me tell you why he can say something. Let me tell you why he can say something, because only to the specific example you gave with Henry. Henry has become a manager for Monaco. I think he went to New York. I can't remember their full names. Sorry.
And then his last job he did actually decent, but he had to leave.
And he did it. Let's be honest, Henry's a legend, but he was rubbish as a manager so far. He hasn't really, I don't think he's proven himself as a manager. So if Henry came in my dressing room and said, you're playing my man left back, I say, yeah. And because he can't, tactically, he hasn't shown anything yet. That's the only thing I would say. If you'd given another example, there's certain man you could have put in there, I couldn't say nothing. I couldn't say nothing at all. Do you get me?
Bro, it's the same thing with Ollie, yeah. When you think of, or if you look back at Man U's history, yeah, all the pivotal moments and legendary nights and the achievements, Ollie involved in all of them.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Henry should come and coach Arsenal. I don't want that.
No one said that. Yeah.
I wouldn't want the legends to come and coach, but imagine. I don't know if he might feel like it's kind of beneath him now because he's managed unsuccessfully, but he's managed. But imagine Henry came in now as a striking coach, bro. You're coming to training every day and knowing that I'm learning from TH full team, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine like Henry putting his arm around like Martinelli, Balogun. Bro, you're gonna up your levels. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Let bro, with Partey or I say it on their name, but whatever, Xhaka. Do you get what I'm saying? Bro, they can't talk to him. And these are people that have won World Cups, Euros, titles, FA Cups, bro. Like Tierney's got to go at the stadium.
Two of them. Bergkamp potentially is gonna be. You've got two statues. And sometimes, bro, what you're saying is spot on. You need that presence there. And remember, these modern day footballers, unfortunately, you can't just rinse them and give them the hair dry treatment. It doesn't work anymore.
It's different now.
So sometimes you need to kind of show and tell. That's another guy. Look at Zinedine Zidane. Now, the difference is, though, I know it's Real Madrid. At least he cut his teeth with the B team. We've just given Arteta his work experience. Now look at Zinedine Zidane. He don't need to come in there and they know, okay, it's Zidane here, isn't it? Like, let me listen to what he's got to say. It's what it is what you're saying before is Arteta is just making stupid mistakes. Like, it's not even like mistakes that you can say, oh, okay, you've trusted.
I can't even back it up. I can't even back him up sometimes. It's like,
what are you?
100% overthinking.
Oh, a false number 9. Because you've seen Pep doing it, you want to play a false number 9 with midfield players who are not prolific. He's pulling Pepe in and out of the team all season. And look, you've seen what he's done today. I'm not saying Pepe by any means has hit the heights of 70 million. But you know what? He's a 70 million guy, which means we just need to put full faith in him. And I've seen moments from him to say, okay, this is what you got in the locker. My job as a coach is to make sure I see more of this. You're pulling him in and out. Xhaka, whether Xhaka chips the ball across the 6-yard box and we draw against Burnley, whether he loses the ball, whether he gives penalties away, he starts. That's a bad example for the rest of them kids to see. And I don't care what anybody says. We've carried certain players far too long. Xhaka can do no wrong. Willian, he scored this free kick here. He can do no wrong. Like, it just is like the whole situation with me and Arteta just stinks. Like, it stinks to high heaven. He's not good enough at all. But I don't blame him. Remember, I told you I blame Vinay. Vinay is a chief executive. And Vinay personally, and I'd like to say, if he watches the show or not, he personally has humiliated and embarrassed us Arsenal fans. Because one, you're telling me as a chief executive of Arsenal Football Club, you're having meetings and dinners with Roman Abramovich and the Man United guys and the Man City guy. What are you talking about? Like, Vinay, what you've literally said, okay, Wenger's gone, Emery. Not everybody's first choice, but he's won 3 Europa Leagues. He's won the treble with PSG, so he's worked with big players. I can see what they were trying to do. That one I can actually see and think, okay, well, you know what? He's worked with Neymar, he's worked with Mbappe, he's worked with, if you go further back with Valencia, he worked with David Villa, Silva. Okay, I've seen this guy. He's lifted Europa Leagues. Okay, let's give him a chance. That doesn't work. And then what you go and do, you go and say, okay, well, let's actually gamble it even more. Let's get Arteta in. Who's done what for Arsenal? What has he done?
Pick up wins. Yeah, that was about it. But then
Bro,
with us, or with me saying Arteta out, I think it goes further than that. And if it's Arteta out, it's got to be Edu out, it's got to be Vinay out, and then obviously Kroenke's out. Because as long there's no point taking out one cog and the rest are still there, because it's just going to be the same thing, no matter who they bring in. So,
and I agree with you on that one.
There's got to be wholesale changes. Like, the club is rotting from the top to the bottom. Like, there needs to be major changes.
Right. I think Kroenke, though, with what... Oh, sorry, bro. I was just going to say one thing. With what you're saying, bro, I agree with you to a certain extent that you're right. One, if it's going to be Arteta that needs to go, then it has to be Vinay. But let's be real. And that's the only time I'm going to defend the Kroenkes, because I don't want to. They don't know anything about football. They've never pretended to know anything about football. They're those sort of guys that if I was a multi-billionaire and I went to go and manage an NFL team, I don't know anything about it. But what I do know is, JR, you're the football guy for me. So you make the right decisions. Like, I don't know who to employ, but you're telling me this guy is good. They need to look at Vinay and think, you know what? Why are we getting heat? We've given you 70 million for Pepe. We've given you 45 million for Partey. And when we ever, no, they need to actually say, this is the only way they can save themselves, is if they say, you know what? No. We're not taking the flak for this. No way. You guys need to go, because I've employed you to make us win, and we're not winning.
Yeah.
But I'm with you though.
Right. Do you know what? I hear your points with Arteta out. I'm going to say, for this moment, I'm not Arteta out. I'm Arteta in at the moment. I know. I'm going to go against the grain. Yeah. Do you know why? I kind of feel I see things in him. And I know, do you know what? I agree with you that I think that, unfortunately, this is his first job. And he's got a steep hill to climb to learn very quickly. But I think he will learn. I think he has made some stupid novice mistakes. But I'm not someone who's chopping and changing, to be quite honest. And I do think there's something in him. I've seen enough after, when he brought Emile Smith-Rowe back into this team, like, before that we were poor. But after that, I think he knows exactly what we need. And I think if he's given the time to do it, I think he can implement it. I don't know if I'm falling for his words. I saw the press conference before, he's very good at speaking. He's very articulate. And, he was very forceful in saying, do you know what, this is, there's a couple players that need to leave. We needed a lot of changes that need to be made. He said that recently. He says the board, it looks like he's saying the board are going to back him in what needs to be done. He's saying all the right things, and I may be a fool for listening to it. But I think it's similar to the Solskjaer point I made. I kind of feel that there is a manager in him, and if he stops the overthinking and just keeps it simple, he's had this year to understand his players and what he's got. And I do believe you don't often get that time currently, but I think give him that time. He's had that time now. And with that time, I'm hoping for next season, he'll be able to do something better. He knows the players that we need to get rid of, the players that we need to keep. Yeah, for me, I'm Arteta in at the moment. Yeah, I think that's the only reason I'm the only guy wearing the shirt right now. It's like,
yeah, no, I don't know. I think, you know what, Jay, I think you could take a lot. That's bro, that's the most polite way to put it.
A lot of faith.
Listen, bro, I don't know what more you need to see. Like, okay, if Patrick Vieira was to be...
Let me make one other point. Let me just make before you make your point. I think the FA Cup win buys him more time, in the same way that we kind of said Aubameyang he's got credit in the bank because of what he's done previously, but this season hasn't been a good season for him. I'm giving the same because of the FA Cup win for Arteta. Sorry, continuing a bit.
Yeah, I think, delusional. And I that's what I said. I need to find out what Arteta is doing. Maybe he's putting something out in the TV signals that people are like thinking, listen, Jay, he has not done anything positive bar Aubameyang winning us the FA Cup last season, to be honest with you. That's what I'm going to put it down to, because to score 4 goals in 2 games, it wasn't a Arteta masterclass there. But what I would say is, delusional. If Patrick Vieira or Thierry Henry was to be asked to manage Arsenal, would you have said yes?
No way. No way.
So I don't understand what you're. So
yeah. I think because you know what is I may be foolish. It's Guardiola's words, you know. I respect Guardiola, and the way he came and said, you know what, like Arteta, like he's a mastermind behind the scenes in what he does for me. It may have just been out of respect for having him as his number 2. Do you know what I'm saying? He was just saying that, you know, when a man leaves a company and you say, you know, we wish you well, but really you're thinking, actually, you're rubbish. I don't need you anyway. Yeah, it could be one of those scenarios.
But look, the proof is in the pudding, though. Sometimes we've got to strip it back and look at the facts. Before Arteta was at Manchester City, they had won 2 league titles. Yes, under Pep, they won back-to-back with him there as his number 2.
Yeah,
he's gone now. Things haven't changed. Now they're actually potentially going to win the Champions League final, potentially, and they've won another league title. So whether he was there or not doesn't make a difference for me. I just think that all this stuff about Ozil's won. For me, Ozil has won. This sort of scapegoat sort of situation. I'm not saying Ozil was performing, but he wasn't worse than Willian. What is Ødegaard? Ødegaard, good player. I can see there's a good player, but let's just be real. Are you telling me if Ozil was playing as many games as Ødegaard, would things be that different?
I think Ozil's finished, if I'm honest with you. I think Ødegaard showed a bit more.
Come on.
Nah,
I was team Ozil. I was like, even though at 50% is gonna do at least one thing.
But you know what? Ødegaard does. He's got more.
That's what I'm saying.
He got murked but to me, anyway, going on behind the scenes. But I feel like he got murked for no reason.
Yeah. I think his Arsenal career was premature. They made it premature before it should have been done. But I'm seeing him now for Fenerbahce, and I don't really see a great player in him. I don't think he does enough. I think he's definitely always got an assist in him. But in terms of tracking back and stuff, I think Ødegaard does a bit more, to be quite honest. And I think we needed freshness. We needed a younger player.
Hard to stay though. I don't want hard to stay.
You don't want him to stay?
No.
Not for 50 mil. Yeah. No chance.
Yeah.
I just, one, the money could be spent better elsewhere. Well, potentially. And 2, I want men. Pause. I want some real, like, grown, established, experienced players to come into the team, not Chelsea retirees. Like, you know what I mean? There's other teams you can look at. There's other leagues. Like, we tend to do that. Okay, they didn't quite do a job at Real, but hopefully we can get something out of them. Stop all that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the Leeds and the West Hams and Everton to an extent this season, like, they don't have superstar players, but they have really good players in a team that work hard. And I feel like because we kind of live on the past glories again, we tend to look for, he's not an Arsenal player. He's not. Bro, we haven't been at Arsenal for a very long time. I feel like our thinking in terms of recruitment needs to think. I don't know what our scouts are doing or how many of them we still employ, but they haven't done the greatest of jobs the last couple of years. So I think now we kind of maybe change our kind of outlook a tiny bit till maybe we do find that glory again. Do you know what I mean? But for now, get experience, man. Get players that are gonna bust the gut and leave everything on the pitch. Like, imagine we had a Tierney equivalent in each position. Like, you've seen the passion that guy brings certain times, and even the other night, bro, you could see after 10 minutes, he was flagging, but the guy played the whole game. That's just the whole, everything that he gives. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, sorry, no, go on, bro.
It's just, I'm just tired of like the potential or the young flair, or do you know what I mean? Because Ødegaard, Thursday, he may as well have not played.
Yeah, but I hear you with Ødegaard with Thursday. He was poor, but he's just come back from injury. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think like he hasn't really played that many games since he's come back.
So why did he play?
I agree. That may be a Arteta mistake. I agree, but I kind of felt because he thought it was obviously I think Xhaka just before. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Because there was no reason to actually play Ødegaard. You're right.
But, sorry, not you making excuses. I'm saying Arteta, in terms of him saying that injury or that tight calf or whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Xhaka changed everything. Xhaka that was playing out of position. That is a horrible.
Bro, it's incompetent, and what you're saying is spot on. It's right in front of our eyes what he's doing. It's incompetence on another level. You try to use Ozil as a scapegoat. Something's gone on behind the scenes. I think we all clearly know that. Now, I don't care what anybody says. I'm not saying Ozil, wasn't hitting the heights that he was, but there's nothing I've seen from that midfield to suggest that if Ozil was in there playing as many games as Willian, that he would have had any more assists. Now, you lot are sitting there talking about, oh yeah, but he's finished. Okay, when Ozil was in the team, even if it got a bit shaky with Emery, actually got a bit shaky with Emery in Emery's second season, and he ended up sacked. But you've got to look at the end of the day is that you've got players like Aubameyang, Lacazette. It's no coincidence, as I said the other night, that now Aubameyang, I never thought it would be the day where Arsenal fans would be cussing Aubameyang. Under Arteta, we're cussing Aubameyang. Never in the wildest dreams did I even think that Willian would turn out as bad as it has, but it has turned out bad. Even Partey is looking like the Nelson now. This guy is destroying players. People keep talking about Saka and Smith Rowe. That's how bad it's got for us. That Saka is a quality player. Smith Rowe is a good player, very good player. But Saka, you're playing him on the right. Now you've seen what he does on the left. Then you're playing him left back. You don't know what to do. He does not know what to do with these guys. Aubameyang is finished.
That he can play in all those positions, though.
Of course, it's a credit. Yeah, of course, it's a credit.
He's 19.
Listen.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Of course, it's a what's it called again? It's a credit for Saka. Saka would have busted into any team with any manager. Arteta is not going to get any credit for Saka or Smith Rowe. That's one thing that he's definitely not going to get. But look, you were talking about Chelsea rejects and stuff, and you're right to a certain extent that do you really want these guys on? The reason why that we now have gone backwards as a club in terms of our ambition is because Frank Lampard is at Chelsea. As I said, Abramovich, the best owner. Frank Lampard is there. He's a legend. He's won the Champions League with them, 4 league titles or maybe 5 league titles with them. So he's seen it all. Abramovich isn't here to play games. His job is to make Chelsea as successful as possible. Now, Arteta, I wouldn't even say how long he would have lasted. He looked at Frank Lampard. You got us into the Champions League when we had our transfer ban. Well done for that. No questions. He's looking at it. Things are getting stale. What's his name again? Kante is looking like he is finished. He's like, nah, this can't continue. You got to know when to pull the plug. Why is it at Arsenal? This has come from this ownership, that this sort of mentality that, we have to hold on. No, managers.
Because we have been for about 20 years, mate. That's right.
Listen, well, you're going to... No, that's true. But at the end of the day, he was delivering Champions League and he was paying off the stadium. So he got a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Managers across Europe, We keep saying that we're a big club. We've moved to the Emirates to be like everybody. Every manager across Europe works well under one thing and one thing only, and that's pressure. There's no top club that you're not coming, but even Zidane delivering 3 Champions League is under pressure. Us now as a fan base and as an ownership, we're fine. Arteta would have been gone, listen, time ago.
Yeah.
Because take away the FA Cup, it's just been paid and dread. We don't have a style of play. You're trying to pretend to get rid of certain players. You're playing players in the wrong position. You've killed Aubameyang. Willian now, I don't even know who we've signed here. And we finished 8th last season. We're going to finish 9th this season. That's what I'm saying, JR. What are you seeing?
Right,
that I'm not seeing?
Let me ask you a question then. Yeah, let me pose you a question. So you brought up Lampard. I agree. He deserved to be sacked because we're seeing now as well. In hindsight, Tuchel is doing great things with that squad. They've got a great squad. Do you think because one of the things I agree with Arteta is I don't think the personnel is good enough in our squad at this moment. And that's not completely his fault. He's got players from previous that he's had to get rid of. He's done half the job in January. But, Arteta's working with a half the... Do you think this... I mean, let me pose this question. Do you think do you think it's the squad? Do you think it's just solely Arteta? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you think that this squad is, in terms of, is better, like West Ham are ahead of us, for example. We're next to Leeds. Do you think this squad, these players are good enough, or do you think they're not good enough? Do you solely blame Arteta?
And any coach would not, with these players, would not be in 9th. Any decent coach would not be in 9th. Emery and Wenger had worse squads. Can you imagine if Wenger had Pepe, Saka, Smith Rowe, you finally gave him a DM and you gave him Partey? Can you imagine? You gave him Gabriel. Can you imagine under Wenger, Gabriel?
That's how real. We stuck. That's real. I ain't gonna lie with you. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if Wenger had that team, I ain't gonna lie.
Plus you add Willian. Plus so he's got Laka and Aubameyang, Willian, Pepe, Smith Rowe, Saka, and Tierney under Wenger. Oh my gosh. And look what he was doing.
I had you saying it like that, and I'm literally just thinking,
what would Wenger have done?
Mad,
with that?
It would be different.
Madness.
It would be definitely. Definitely.
Wenger done it with Senderos, and do you know what I'm saying?
He did it with Park. He did it with Galachi. He did it. Do you get me? Like he had some players that shouldn't even be saying the name of the club.
Bro, he got a no-go.
Bro,
the no-go, bro.
Is an invincible, bro.
Man,
this is
man. It's not.
This is what I'm saying. And look at Chelsea now. Now, everybody, let's just be real. At the beginning of the season, nobody was talking about, oh no, Chelsea got a good squad. We were cussing. Christensen dead. We were saying, we're looking at the team all across. Oh, Pulisic always injured. Kante's finished. Is Kante finished?
Yeah.
He was
real talk. Man came back.
That's what a coach does.
Yeah.
Even Rafa Benitez, for me, the biggest.
Go on. I was gonna bring it. That before you go on. You say. Go on.
Yeah. Before, and I got ripped by certain Arsenal fans. When Wenger left, my guy that I wanted to bring in was Benitez.
I'll take it all day.
That the reason people are, oh no, the football. I'm like, listen, guys, Arsene Wenger's gone now. Yeah. For me, Rafa Benitez is one of the most underrated managers for me. And I'm gonna just land. I'll be very quick with this. In Spain, you only have Real Madrid and Barcelona winning. This guy has won 2 league titles with Valencia, 2 Champions League final, I think 1 Champions League final with Valencia as well. Was it 2? Actually, it was 2 because they lost to Bayern Munich as well. This guy comes to Liverpool. That's the worst Champions League winning team I've ever seen in my life. We used to whip them for fun. He wins the Champions League with them. People keep saying, okay, all right. The money now came in. Liverpool couldn't compete. They had bad owners. He went to Inter. It's not going to work under Mourinho. He went to Real Madrid, a bit iffy. He's now gone to Chelsea when Chelsea were 10th. He took Chelsea and they were booing him every home game, only there for half a season. He took Chelsea to the top 4 and he won the Europa League again. He's won Liverpool the FA Cup and the Champions League. Then he goes to Newcastle United. So for me, I'm looking at this guy thinking, we need to steady the ship because Wenger's gone. This ain't the time to now start dropping any further down. We need a competent coach who, at the end of the day, is going to keep us going. That, for me, was the guy to go to. Not for the long term, just to steady the ship, you know?
I was going to say, they've put some names out there that you mentioned, Rafa Benitez. So I think favourite to take over from Arteta was Allegri. Then it was Brendan Rodgers. And I want you guys to say what name out of those. Then it was Rafa or Diego Simeone or Vieira was a favourite to take over. Out of those names, is it still Rafa Benitez for you, Nobere?
Out of those names, I would like Allegri. I would take any from Arteta. I'm telling you now, I would take Vieira over Arteta. Of course I would, yeah.
Wow.
Arteta is this is the worst Arsenal manager since Terry Neal in 1984. You guys are not looking at statistics. You need to realize this is the worst guy that has taken over Arsenal Football Club. I would take a lot of Premier League managers over Arteta. He has shown me.
Nah, you're thinking about it, big man. Stop it.
No, but why? No, but okay, Sam Allardyce, fair play. You know, maybe doesn't play the football that people want to play. But what I can't do is, you know what we're doing here today? You are Arsenal fan for years. You've built this podcast, you've built the YouTube channel, and now I've literally said, you know what? We're going to have to, rather than giving JR the job of this new YouTube channel because he's an Arsenal fan, I'm actually just going to give it to this 17-year-old, graphic designer that doesn't like football. I'll just give him the chance. This is what we're doing here. Like, respect the fact that they're managers. Like, people are cussing Emery. I'm like, how can you compare Emery to Arteta? How?
Well, it showed the other day, to be fair, like Arteta tried to play too many games and it didn't work. Emery done well, to be quite honest. He knew the Arsenal team and he done what needs to be done. Lito, let's go to you, man.
So who was it? Allegri?
So we got Allegri. We got Brendan Rodgers.
Okay, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, so that was second favourite to take over. We had, in equal third, we had Rafa Benitez, we had Vieira, and we had Diego Simeone.
Okay.
Out of those...
for me...
Yeah, go on.
Simeone and Allegri, I feel that their coaching methods would be a little too defensive for what we would like to see, or maybe what we were used to some years back. But they're proven. So to be fair, I wouldn't say no straight away. Rafa, I would take just for it's off his CV, and I feel the way that he sets his teams up, he could definitely improve where we are now. Anyway, you know what? And you lot might not agree with this, but I like the sound of Brendan Rodgers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's managed some good teams. He's gone all over the place. He's put his time in. I think he would bring a fresh approach. But saying that also, I feel like if it was him and other people on the list, going with him would kind of be, again, like going with the new-ish guy, if that makes any sense. Do you know what I mean? Experience and accolades. So for me, I'd probably go Simeone, you know. I'd actually go Simeone over Allegri, to be fair. And again, because of passion, I like his passion. I like the drive. I like, from what I've seen anyway, I like the way he sets up his teams. And I feel like that level of respect from the players will be there. Do you know what I mean?
You know what's...
It's quite a stellar list. It's not. That's quite a good list. I think a lot of teams would jump at any of those managers. To be fair,
you know this. You know the sad thing about it, and I mean, you made some fair points with the coaches there. The sad reality is our club has no ambition anymore. Like, I can't even imagine Vinay knowing exactly what to say to these guys. Like, I mean, I think they'll sit down with him for 10 minutes and think, yeah. No disrespect, this guy's a bum. Like, there's no, like, there's nothing here. Like, it's honestly, it's that bad. Like, they're not even gonna take us seriously. Before, you would have David Dean in there. God, he's been obviously. You go in there, you know what you're talking. This is a football guy. You can sit there with Vinay. What is he gonna talk about? Like, you employed Arteta before us. Apparently there was an interview with Allegri. Apparently, this was before Emery. And he said that he thought Allegri came across, this is how we've got no ambition. He came across a bit arrogant, and well, of course, he's won like 6 league titles in a row. I need to know what I'm doing. Like, I'm the main guy. When I go into a job interview, I'm not going to say, oh, please. You're going to say, no, this is what I do. This is what I need. It upset. Can you see? Vinay, no, I don't like this guy. There's something about him. What a coincidence that you interviewed Arteta. He didn't get the job. And you went back to the guy with no experience, because he's not going to open his mouth to you. This club is in big trouble. Big trouble with that Vinay there as chief executive. We can keep sleepwalking. No, you can keep sleepwalking all you want to do it. We are in big trouble, because you're telling me you go and employ Emery, and then after it doesn't work out, you go to the guy that you didn't give the job to, who has no managerial experience. This is a bad sign. And Arsenal fans, we can sleepwalk into this and think that, yeah, we keep talking about the ownership. The ownership are putting their money in. You've got to look at the roles which are there. They got rid of Raul Saleni. This Vinay is the cancer of Arsenal Football Club, because at least if Patrick Vieira, I'm not saying, just say Patrick Vieira was chief executive, I think I can sleep a bit better, because this is a football man now, isn't it? That says, look, I kind of know what it takes. I've been to this club. I'll make the decisions. Edu maybe it's a bit too early for Edu, but this clown Arteta, even if you gave Arteta 500 million, would you trust him with 500 million to what he would buy? Just be real, as Arsenal fans, in your heart, just be real. Would you trust him?
Let's be honest though. Like, he brought in Partey, man. I thought that was a good signing between him and Edu. Also, as well, I know you guys may not like Ødegaard, but I think in the situation we were in, we were kind of desperate in January, to be quite honest. What was out there, I thought that was a good option to go for. So I would trust it. I would trust him with my money.
The Partey deal, but let's be real. The Partey deal. Now, Partey was on Emery's list. It was Partey, Zaha, and I think he said Harry Maguire. Now, we didn't get him Zaha. We went and got him Pepe. This Partey deal was on the line for a long time. I have to look at that as well and think, did Partey leave? Let's just be real. Did he leave Atletico working with Simeone to have an interview with Arteta? And I'll tell you something now. Partey doesn't know who Arteta was or who he played for. Let's just be real. This guy has never played for Spain, ever. He doesn't know. He generally does not know who Arteta is. Probably this guy that played for Rangers and Everton. You're telling me you're going to leave Simeone, which you've tasted Champions League football, to go to Arteta? I think we kind of know why Partey came to Arsenal Football Club. The money was good. He was in contract negotiations with Atletico, and we paid him over 200k. That's my Ghanaian brother. That's my Chale boy. So I'm going to support him. I want him here. But he didn't come for Arteta. No player is coming for Arteta.
All right. Do you know what I want to do? I want to just touch up on one final subject, and that is the personnel. Obviously, Arteta mentioned that, drastic changes need to be made. I just want to hear from you guys. What changes would you make? I mean, personally, I kind of feel. I think the goalkeeper. I think we made a mistake. I think we chose the wrong one, if I'm honest with you. You know, I think the right one's at Aston Villa right now. And also, I think with Ødegaard not staying, you're right, I wouldn't pay 50 million for him. So that attacking midfielder, you know, that creative midfielder, I would get something there. But probably even a striker as well, man. I think there's a lot that needs to change as well. But let me put it towards you guys. What changes would you make? You don't have to name players. If you know players that particularly that you would like, do you know what I'm saying? Let me know. But what changes would you like? Lito, we'll start with you.
I'm going goalkeeper, so Leno out. Luiz, thank you for your little contribution. Out. Bellerin's going anyway, good. Out.
You'd get a right back, or would you Cedric
No. We need a right back, 100%, right and left, 100%. El Nene, thank you. I know you love the club. I love your energy. We are not levels. See you later. Sorry, let me go back. Chambers, I know you love Arsenal through and through. Sorry, you got to go. Holden becomes a squaddy, but he's on finesse. I'd let Reece go. I'd let Eddie go. I'm letting Lacazette go. I'm letting Oba go, if I'm honest. But this is if we get
Oba go, yeah.
If we get, yeah. But the only thing is, I say this, and I'm saying let these players go, but I know we're not going to get anyone in that's better. Yeah. So, especially with the money that apparently we're getting, and with Arteta there, I don't fully trust Arteta to spend that money to get the players in that we need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he can get the players that we need. I don't know if I can trust him to manage them right. But
not without Europe. Not without Europe, and not this B-Tech thing that we could possibly end up in. Like at least Europa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and I will say also, I'm bringing Willock back and giving him a season.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm personally a fan of Ainsley, but I feel like he'll go because they can get a little bit of money for him as well.
Guendouzi, sorry.
Do you know what? I like him. I like the fact that he's got that fire in his belly, but him and Arteta, they just don't get on. So he'll go. And if you can get 20 plus maybe and invest it wisely elsewhere, could be a good deal. You know what I mean? And weirdly enough, I would keep Xhaka for now. I just feel like with the right person next to him, he could do a job.
You just made the choke, you know. You need it. You just made him choke. Yeah.
He's gonna make the odd mistake, but I don't know.
Odd.
What Benzema? Would you not bring him in? No.
Yeah.
100%. I'd bring him in, man. But then listen, I'm gonna drop it to Nobere, sorry, and we're just gonna quickly let me know what changes would you make to the personnel?
Firstly, the resignation of Arteta. That's the first thing that I would request him. I'll call a meeting. Yeah, no, I'll call a meeting and tell you just resign now. I would Leno. Listen, we definitely another one of Arteta made the wrong decision with Leno over Martinez. I'm not saying Martinez is one of the most luxurious goalkeepers, but at the end of last season, I felt comfortable with him there. I felt comfortable because he's not going to try to do things. You see, Leno comes across, very arrogant. I'm going to try. I don't talk to the press. I don't go on social media. But you've made some stupid mistakes. Like I go back to the
won the FA Cup, that Martinez. But sorry, continue.
Of course, no, I'm with you. In terms of a right back, I think maybe I think Cedric should have just played at right back, but he's not bad, to be honest with you. He hasn't done bad. I think a Max Aarons to come in, that would be a good right back. Basuma in midfield. That's the sort of partner I would have with Partey. I'm not having Xhaka. Xhaka, listen, let's cash in now.
We missed him the other day, but I'll leave it there. Go on. I think
let's cash in. Let's cash in. It's no coincidence that since we've signed Xhaka, we've not tasted Champions League football. So I don't know how many partners you guys want to partner in with to tell you that, because you know we had Denilson in at midfield and we were tasting Champions League football. It's no coincidence. We signed Mustafi, we signed Xhaka, no Champions League football. Yeah, Xhaka tries and he does. There's no question about that. He would not survive at another club. We just keep lowering our standards. We need to cash in on him. Arteta's decision to loan out Saliba is criminal. You've got Fofana for Leicester, who was actually behind Saliba, and now he's playing for Leicester, and Leicester are third or fourth.
Crazy, right?
So I look at this and I think, okay, but you sent Saliba out. Guendouzi, you sent him out. How many times are you telling me now you've seen enough from Xhaka? I know Guendouzi's a bit hot-headed, but you're telling me that you wouldn't trust one of the young French boys ahead of Xhaka. I would bring him back definitely.
Okay. Is there anyone else?
Up front, Oba has to stay. I think Oba's had a shocking season, but again, he's never had a shocking season under managers. Even when he was a playboy at Dortmund, everyone used to say he's a bit of a playboy.
For me, man, he's got credit in the bag.
He's always banging goals. Laka, I mean, yeah, Eddie has to go. I mean, that's Arteta's child, and he loves him. And that's another Ghanaian brother, but he has to go. Willock, I agree, has to come back. Do we need another striker? Yes, I think we do. Lacazette, that's. I think. Listen, it's not the Laka that I thought we were going to sign, if I'm totally honest. And what's killed Laka for some reason? I remember seeing him when he first signed, and I spotted him and stuff, but Abba just killed Laka, man. Like, I know they're friends and they do their little shake and stuff, but as soon as Abba came, Laka just hasn't been. He doesn't even look happy. Do you know what I mean? But 50 mil from it hasn't worked out. I think we need to cut our losses on that one. But the most important thing for me, if all of them play, Holding as well. I mean, this guy's getting out jumped by guys my height, you know, with headers. And he was actually the captain today. I think he was just on his way on loan to Newcastle, and now he's the captain of Arsenal Football Club. Guys, it's very scary times. It's not even October, and it's very scary times right now at the Emirates Stadium. This is Halloween.
All right. You know, you both made some good points at the end there. Do you know what, guys? Thank you so much for today. It's been a pleasure to talk Arsenal with you. As I can tell, you're both Arteta in. No, yeah, but we're going to leave it there, people. If you liked what you saw today, please subscribe, share with your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. Until next time, peace.
Peace, yeah.